how to treat missing values in R. For that, I have 4 vectors here already created. Let's see how these vectors look. So the first vector, it is a complete vector with all the values. There is no missing value in it. So it gives me the output with all the numbers. The second one, it is in the form of character. All the values are complete. The third and the fourth value vectors, they contain missing values. So you can see there is some positions, there is any value present in that vector. Now let's understand how to identify these missing values, like how many missing values are there. So like we have understand that is.na within the brackets, we will give the vector name. So if it is v1, which is this vector, let's see what does it responds. So when you use is.na, it provides the values in the form of true or false. Wherever there will be a missing value, it will give you true, otherwise false. Let's see. If I just execute this is.na, you can see because all the values were complete, there is no missing values. The output of is.na is false in the complete positions because there is no missing value. Understand this is.na with vector 4. So if you see vector 4 here, it contains some missing values on some positions. So wherever there is a missing value, it has resulted in the form of true. Otherwise, wherever there is complete case or there is a value, the answer is false. So this is how you can identify missing values in a vector or in a data frame. Let's go ahead. Now we have understood the function omit. Now how to use omit function? Now let's convert these vectors into a data frame. So to create a data frame, I'll just give a name of variable as df equal to data.frame. Within the bracket, I'll give all the vector names here and v4. And let's execute it. Let's see how does this data frame look. So this is how our data frame looks. There are 4 columns, v1, v2, v3 and v4, and there are 6 rows in it. Now let's see different functions, how to use different functions on a data frame as well. So let's first start with na.omit. What is omit? Omit means it will remove all the missing values from your data frame or vector. First, we will understand it on vector and then we will understand it on data frame. So if I say na.omit and within the bracket, I'll give the vector name. Let's say v3 and I'll execute this line. If you see, it has given me all those values which are complete in that data set. Now, how do we know that? Let's print v3 as well. So if you see 10, 20 and 50 are the complete values, it has responded me that. Then it has given me all those positions wherever there was a missing value. So on the second position, 5th position and the 6th position, it contains na. So it is giving me the positions of those values. And the last is the attribute. It is a class. The function that we have used is the omit function. So this is how you can use na.omit for a vector. Now let's understand it on data frame. So we have created the data frame as df. If I print that, this is the data frame that we are using. Now I will say na.omit df and I'll run it. So what does it gives me is from all the values, the complete row. The row where there is no missing value, it has returned that row to us. These 5 rows, it contains missing values. So it has omitted all these rows and only have resulted in the first row as an answer of this na.omit. So this is how you can use na.omit in your data set. Next is na exclude. So how to use na exclude? Let's use it on vector as well as data frame. So first let's use it on vector. So I'll just write vector here, using it on vector. Now, na dot exclude, and inside the bracket let's give v3. Okay. Before executing this, let's see what is v3 actually. So v3, there are 6 values, 3 of them are complete, 3 NAs. So if I say NA dot exclude v3, what does it gives me is that all those complete values, then position of the missing values, and the function that we have used, that is exclude. Similarly, you can use it for data frame also. So na dot exclude, and inside the bracket we will give the name of data frame. It will again give me the result as only the complete row where there is no missing value. Now next function that we have understood was na fail. Na fail, what does it do? It gives us error if there is even one missing value in vector or data frame or dataset that you are using. So let's try it on both. So na dot fail, let's use it on vector 1. So if you see there is no change in the data set, let's print v1 as well. So it's the same. Now it has executed and resulted with unchanged data set because there is no missing value. If there was any missing value, let's try to use it on v3. So it says missing values in object and gives us an error. So it is used to find out if there is any error in the data set that we are using. You can even use it on data frame. So there was missing values in the data set or the data frame that we used. So it gave me an error. Now any pass, it do not make any change. It does not take any action for the data set. Let's say na.pass, and I'll provide the data frame that we are using. So if you see, it has given me the as it is data frame that we have used. There is no change that has happened. Now let's understand how to remove NaN values. Now NaN is not a number, not a number. So I have created a vector here where there are some NaN values. NaN using 0 by 0, 0 by 0. So there will be not a number. Let's see how to identify first these NaN. So I'll say is dot NaN, and I'll provide this variable. So wherever there will be a NaN, if you see there is this NaN, so it has resulted true there. It has given the Boolean value or the true value wherever there is NaN. Now how to remove it? So what we can do is we can save this in a in a variable, and then it's very easy. You can just say either use na.omit, na.omit, na.exclude, or you can do is, so we'll say G using square bracket notation with the exclamation mark. So exclamation mark is used to remove all the values that are saved in this variable. Let's see. So both of these values have been removed, and it gives us the result of the complete cases. Now, let's understand how to locate missing values. Let's see. So we can use which function. Inside which function, I'll say is.na, and I can provide here the vector that we want to use. Let's say v1. So there was no missing values in the v1. So it has resulted in integer 0 because there is no position of missing value. Let's try it again. Is.na for vector 3, let's say. So on the position number 2nd, 5th, and 6th, there is a missing value. Let's just validate it. Let's print V3, and you can just validate that in the 2nd position, 5th, and 6th position, there is a missing value. Similarly, you can use it on any vector, whichever you want. Now, how do we know how many missing values are there if there is a large data frame? So let's use small data frame for now and understand how to count those numbers of missing values. So for that, I am using sum function. Sum function, it will help us to count the number of missing values. Now, how will it count? We will use is.na with it. And what we will do is all the true values as a result. As you know, is.na results in Boolean values, that is true or false. So wherever there will be true, it will be counted as 1 and false as 0. So let's say is.na v3. If I run it, you can see there are 3 missing values. So it says false, true, false. So there are 3 false, 3 true. So the answer, if I sum it, let's say I'll say is.na v3. So it will give me a count of 3 because there are 3. There are 3 trues here. So it has summed it to 3. Let's say for the 4th also, let's check it for that also, na v4. So this is how you can count the number of NAs in any vector. How do we count the NAs in a data frame? So you can go it column wise or you can do it row wise. So let's understand first column wise. So column wise, I'll say, so the function is call sums, and inside the bracket I will say is.na_df. df is the data frame that we are using. So if you check it, let's print df as well. Let's see vector number 3. So there are 1, 2, and 3 NA values. So it has resulted in a total of column number 3 as 3 missing values. And same for fourth column, there are 4 missing values. So it has summed it to 4. Similarly, you can use it for row. So you can use row sums. And within the bracket, you can say is.na and df. So there are 6 rows, there are 6 values. In first row, there is no NA. Second row, there are 2 NAs, and similar for each of the rows. So this is how you can use all the functions to identify and drop the missing values and add up also.